Hi everybody, welcome to another Bad Tabletop Gaming presentation and another battle report. Today, welcome to Armin's Competitive Corner. So, we've got a treat for you guys. To my right is James and his wonderful World Leaders. And on my side, you're going to see Alpha Legion. James, this army has not traveled the world. Sorry, let me rephrase that. It has traveled the world, but this army hasn't traveled the world with you.
No.
But James has traveled the world, and I believe that in the last couple of years, every single minor and major tournament you've gone to, you've won either Best General, Best Trader, or Best Loyalist.
Sorry. Yes.
Or Best Overall.
Yes, that is correct.
That's correct. So I think you have you've won the Adepticon this year.
Yeah.
You took Best Loyalist
at LVO.
2 years in a row now.
Yeah.
And then a bunch of other tournaments around. I think last Onslaught here in Edmonton Onslaught. You won Best General.
With these guys, actually.
No, last year you had different. It was Onslaught last year, I think.
No, I went Onslaught with these guys this year.
Oh, okay. Okay. Well, there you go. There was a tournament just about a month ago.
Yeah.
I wasn't at it. I was traveling, but you were there and you won with these guys.
Oh, no, you're right.
Yeah,
Sorry, I got it wrong.
No, but that's okay. Either way, James is an extremely good competitive player. Myself, I haven't actually won any of the major tournaments. The local ones I tend to do quite well at, but the major ones, it just seems like I won. Sorry, my Alpha Legion did win Best Hobbyist.
Yeah.
For the beautiful display and the models themselves. I think I was 1 point away from being Best Trader that year.
Yeah.
I was a couple of points away this year at LVO from being Best Trader.
Yeah. And you handed me my only tournament defeat.
That's right. At the LVO tournament. That's right. I cost you the best overall.
Yes. Yeah.
That's right, because you probably would have won your last game.
Yeah. It was a vicious game, Mechanicum versus Custodians.
That's right. I had my Mechanicum. Yeah. So if everything goes well, hopefully after this one, you guys are also going to see my Mechanicum against your World Leaders as well.
Yeah.
And then I think, well, you'll see. We'll kind of talk about it lots. Right now, we'll talk a little bit about the armies first. Let's go through the armies first, because then the mission will kind of make more sense,
good.
I think. So, do you mind?
Yeah, okay. So my army is a World Leader Berserk Assault, using that Rite of War. So the concept of the army is a drop army that really dominates turn 2. What we've got starting over here is Galen Sherlock. So, the Primus Medicae of the World Leaders. He gives the unit a 4-up, feel no pain, and he has a special rule where if kill points are being used, when one of your units is destroyed on a 5-up, he actually gains a victory point as well to represent, him ripping out the gene seed. But the real beauty about Galen Sherlock is he unlocks the infamous Inducti with the World Leader chain axes. So Inducti are basically tactical marines that exchange Ballistic Skill 4 for 2, but gain +1 strength. They also lose the ability to score, but in conjunction with their chain axes, that puts them at strength 6. So they're a vicious combat unit, as hopefully you'll see if he doesn't shoot them out of the sky first. Then moving on, I've got 2 tactical squads armed with chain axes that come down in the Dreadclaw assault pods. They are very basic. I've got a sergeant armed with a power fist in each one, and they're the scoring units. And again, given World Leader traits and whatnot, they're no slouches in combat. Finally, I've got Angron, the Red Angel, with his Cataphracti Terminator squad in another Charybdis. He's also rocking a buddy, a Praetor with a Paragon Blade and Iron Halo. And then the final unit is a drop-podding Leviathan with Siege Claw and the Snippers with a Phosphex Discharger and Flamers. So overall, it's a very aggressive list. The goal is to definitely kill a lot, and it still has 3 scoring units. Thing to note about my Rite of War Berserker Assault, gives me hatred outside of my own deployment zone, but it also requires me to take an additional compulsory troop choice, which my Inducti fill. So yeah, that's my World Leaders. Yeah, and the World Eaters also, it's a post-Istvan force, so they have the Blood Madness, I believe. The other one's called Bloodlust. Whichever one it is that starts out with the Rage. So they can't voluntarily go to ground.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Moving on to the Alpha Legion, we've got in the front here. You'll see Alfarius. I love Alfarius. I always run him with my competitive lists. I think he's great for what he adds to the army. With him, I run a chaplain. So the chaplain has a boarding shield. He has this Crozius Arcanium, or Arcanum, however you call it, that replaces his chainsword. And then I opt to replace his bolt pistol for a power fist. I know this was mentioned earlier, but in the text, if you read, it specifically says that he can replace either the bolt pistol and or the chainsword or combat blade for a power fist. So the Crozius Arcanium replaces the chainsword, so I choose to replace the power fist for the bolt pistol for the power fist. Yeah, I can't ever claim 2 close combat weapons because he also has a boarding shield. So usually I'm either striking with the power weapon, which Crozius Arcanium, which I use as a power sword, or I'm using the power fist.
Yeah,
right. That's kind of how I run the chaplain. Then they usually run with the squad of Larnian Terminators. The Larnian Terminators, I've got the Sergeant. The Sergeant has a chain fist and a power dagger. And then there's 4 Terminators there as well. 2 chain fists and 2 power fists. They all come stock with Volkite chargers. In addition, they jump into the Land Raider Spartan assault tank. The Spartan itself has the las cannons and the heavy bolters, but it also has, I upgraded it with armored ceramite, auxiliary drive, dozer blade, and flare shield. I feel like if you're getting it, you want that unit to survive, you got to upgrade it fully. Against your army, not as important, but against most armies, it's really, really good. Then for elites, I've got 3 quad launchers. They are separate units, 3 separate units. The reason is because my army, I run Pride of the Legion with it. And in the Pride of the Legion, you have to have more Adeptus Astartes units than vehicles. I used to run more vehicles before, but now the extra quad launchers actually add that for me. For the other troop that I have, so other than the Terminators, I've also got Veteran Tactical Squad. They're 6-man. The Sergeant has a combi weapon Meltagun and a power fist, in addition to the power dagger and artificer armor. The whole squad runs with Melta bombs. In addition, I've got a Meltagun, and the other guys have all combi Meltas, and they always run Machine Killer.
Yeah.
So they also run in the Anvilus pattern Dreadclaw drop-on. So they can come in first turn, and usually I can pick a vehicle and destroy it first turn. The other fast attacks, I've got 2 squads of Javelin attack speeders, 1 squad of 1 and 1 squad of 2. They each have multi-meltas and Cyclone missile launcher. Each one is armed with 2 Hunter killer missiles. In addition, they all have a searchlight as well. Then for heavy supports, we've got a squad of 5 Jetbike Sky Slayers. They're all armed with Volkite Culverins. And last but not least, the Sakaran Arcus Strike Tank, and it's upgraded to have the Skyfire missiles as well.
sounds good.
All right, so that's the 2 forces. We've already rolled for missions, so we're going to kind of tell you now what they are. We've got the deployment is going to be the Vanguard Strike. So each one of us, the winner is going to pick and choose a corner and basically deploy in. As for the mission itself, we're playing right out of the book, Mission 2 Onslaught. So if you guys aren't familiar with it, I'm not going to go crazy into it, but if you're not familiar with it, it's 6 turns. Basically, you get points for each enemy unit that's destroyed in the first turn. In addition, each of us will place an objective in each other's zones. That objective, if you control it at the end of the game, is worth 5 victory points. Your secondaries are Slay the Warlord, Attrition, and Price of Failure. Mission Special Rules, Reserves, Night Fighting, and Stage Deployment. Yes. Stage Deployment is interesting, where you actually deploy in a specific order. Lords of War first, and heavy supports, and so on.
Alternating, I believe.
Alternating, yeah. Makes no difference, because as you can see, his army will not start on the board. So I'm just going to deploy everything right away, and then we'll kind of get going. All right. How do you feel?
Feel good.
Yeah.
Feel good.
Yeah. I mean, they're very different armies.
Yes.
Both of them are kind of first strike.
Yep.
That said, though, you have to survive that initial turn of shooting, the turn you come on.
That is true.
But you've got very mean units coming on. I'm going to take a shot in the dark. You've got Angron and his unit, the Inductee, and the Leviathan coming in first turn.
Wow, that obvious, eh?
Strategy. No, I can definitely see. I mean, the chain axes are interesting.
Yep.
Because they're all +1 strength, so strength 5. So even your regular tactical squads can kind of do some damage.
Yeah.
I did want to ask your tactical squads. Do you have a bolt pistol close combat weapon? I'm assuming it's not the bolters, right?
Yes.
Okay.
It is.
Okay.
Yeah. And the world leaders get to exchange the chain swords for chain axes for free.
Yeah.
And
which is great.
Yeah. Well,
I mean, it's great.
It is. It's honestly, I think if more legions had the ability to even pay points for chain axes,
they would, like AP4, right?
100%.
Yeah. So that's great. I mean, against Marines, it's not that great, but against like Mechanicum,
it just tears them apart. Demons, which demons we're going to see a lot of.
We will.
The big thing too is it takes a what would normally be a tac squad, basic tactical Marines, and with the World Eater hatred outside of my deployment zone for my right of war, and then with my Bloodlust giving them a rage, each tactical Marine has got 4 strength 5 hatred attacks on the charge. So they become a vicious combat.
So they actually make them good in combat.
Yes.
As opposed to you have 2 tactical squads charging each other and sitting there for 6 turns, your guys will actually win, as they should.
Yeah.
As they should. So that's actually really nice. I mean, my army.
Sneaky. It's sneaky. It's fast.
It's fast. It hits hard. Unfortunately, not tons of staying power, because I've seen that as I started losing units. It definitely suffers a little bit, but the combination of Tank Hunter, usually I take Tank Hunter. I mean, against you, who knows, maybe counter attack might be good. Still, Tank Hunter is good because when you come on, you've got those 4 vehicles, like the 3 drop pods and the, so if I decide, I want to be able to pop those right away so then I can kill what's inside. So Tank Hunter is always a good choice for my army.
Well, and I think, the Sky Slayers with the Culverns are probably one of the most versatile units in the game, especially with, the Alpha Legion preferred enemy.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Yeah. It makes them good against pretty much everything.
Well, Alfarius preferred enemy.
Oh, Alfarius.
Yeah, because he gives it to them,
Okay.
Yeah, so, but you're right, like, people underestimate them.
Yeah.
They come in and they're like, oh, they're just Volkites. And then I shoot at a 12 armor vehicle with Tank Hunter and preferred enemy, and all of a sudden I can drop down like 4 hull points with 20 shots, right? So it makes them really, really scary. For somebody who knows what they can do, you want to get rid of them as soon as possible, type of thing. And then the Arcus, I like the Arcus when it stands still. It can definitely deliver a lot of shots.
And the MSU, the fact that you've got so many units, actually really hurts my army because, as you know, when you do a multi-charge, you get disordered charge. So suddenly I'm not benefiting from rage.
That's right.
So a lot less attacks for if I'm able to, get you cornered. Assuming that you don't run away.
Yeah. I'm just going to run headlong into you and we'll see what happens. All right. Well, I think that's good.
Yeah.
We'll move right into deployment and
Sounds good.
Good luck. Here we are. The deployment done. So we had rolled off, and James's world leaders had won the roll off. So he chose for me to go first because he knows he's going to be deploying everything from Deep Strike. So he figured he would waste my turn, which is smart. And then in turn, I decided to pick this corner, and I decided to deploy everything and not outflank or Deep Strike stuff as well. So as you can see, I've got 1 javelin there, my jet bikes with the Arcus, quad mortars. And then quad mortars on this side, 2 separate units as well, with the jet bikes, with the javelins over there, and then the Spartan with the Alfarius and Terminators. And then we're going to be moving right into turn 1. My draw pod comes in first thing, right there, and moves about 5 inches that way. Like that. The Marines are going to choose to stay inside. The Spartan will just move up. Arcus will move around. Arcus will move around. There. Javelin will just move up. Javelins will move up. jet bikes will move as well. Just kind of get over from this side and over here. That's all my movement. Javelins will just turbo boost over here. Just going to kind of jump on this side. This javelin will just move like this. Arcus will just slide like this, turbo boosting as well, or sliding out. Spartan will just slide over like this. The drop pod will just flat out as well. Just going to come this way, right there. Jet bikes will just turbo boost as well. They're just going to head over here.
Alright, so here's where the inducti are landing. Let's see if I scatter. So it will be going 7 inches, and if I can't place it, it'll stop. So I think it's actually going to stop right by that jet bike.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's going to go as far as I can, staying an inch away, not including the struts. So the Charybdis, when they come down, they release a heat blast. So it's strength 6, D3 plus 3. So it's going to be 4 inches
4
out.
inches, yeah.
So 1 jet bike.
3 jet bikes there.
2 jet bike. Yeah, it just clips the third. So this is strength 6 on toughness 5, so needing 3s. So that's 3 wounds.
So 3 wounds, and it's just armor saves, 2 plus, 3 saves.
You're good. So this is the Leviathan drop pod. Let's see where he goes. So
just a couple inches over.
Yep, 2 inches over. Can't complain with that. And he's going to hop out.
And the Dreadnought just disembarked.
Yep, and side arc. So Angron and his Terminator friends are going right there. So that's a dead on.
Perfect.
So let's see how far the heat blast goes. So it's only going to go 4 inches. So strength 6 on toughness 5. We're needing 3s to wound.
And there was 2 guys that were hit,
Yep.
2 wounds, and then they have 2 plus armor saves. Both saves.
Good. All right, let's start with the Leviathan shooting both of his melta-guns into the side of the Sakaran, hitting on 2s.
Both hits. You're within armored
I am,
range,
yep.
so each one has 2d6
Yep.
armor pen. Yep.
So that's
a
1 pen.
Second one.
That is also a pen.
I don't have anything on there, so go ahead.
Let's
2
see.
results.
So
immobilized, and there's going to be a weapon destroyed.
Yep.
Because they're both immobilized. So go ahead. So 1, 2, 3 is going to be the heavy bolter. 4, 5, 6 is going to be the big launcher. So 4, 5, 6, so it is the big launcher. So, and he's down to 1 health point.
all right, so I'm going to start with the Charybdis with with Angron and friends. They're going to shoot 2 of their missiles into the bikes. They are ballistical 4 twin linked, so hitting on 3s. Twin linked, good thing. So all hit. They are strength 5, so I'm wounding you on 4s.
Correct.
So
Okay.
2 wounds.
2. So I'll make the 2 saves here. Both saves.
Good. Now we're going on to the side missile, going into the quad mortar. Needing 3s. Twin linked. 1 hit. Needing a toughness 7, I believe,
That's
right?
correct, yeah. So looking for 6s.
6. Nothing. Moving on to the Inducti Charybdis. It's going to shoot 2 of those missiles into the bikes. Twin linked. No. Looking for 4s. So,
1 wound.
one
And we have a 2 plus armor save.
You're good.
Saves. That's the end of turn 1. Not really much happened. I mean, a couple of important things.
Yeah.
1, you didn't kill this.
Nope. So denied me the point.
So neither of us got any points for killing anything first turn. So that was very important here. Because technically he's dead. Like, he's kind of useless now. But it's still a point for me. Right now, so it's still 0-0. which is good for me because I was kind of worried that you were going to kill a couple things actually. So that went quite well. And then really the objectives are objectives, right? So I don't know. There's a gold one over there hiding if you see it, and then one over here as well. I don't remember us talking about the objectives. So this is his objective that he placed that he has to control, and then the one that I showed over there was mine. So, all right, moving into turn 2. The Spartan will just slide over, and then he's going to pivot on the spot. Kind of get his weapons in there. The javelins are just going to slide over just ever so slightly. These guys are going to move over. This javelin is just going to slide over here. Get nice rear shots on that Leviathan. He's just going to slide over a little bit. The jetpacks are just going to slide over here. We're going to start with the things that are as far away as possible, and we're going to shoot at the one with Angron in it.
Okay.
Okay.
At this point, because I am behind an obscene amount of cover, I'm not going to jink yet.
That's right. So I've got 4 shots here with preferred enemy, Tank Hunter and Sunder, so it doesn't really matter. So 4 shots, hitting on 3s, so that's 4 hits. Strength 8, armor 12.
Yep.
We're looking at 4s, re-rolling. Re-rolling these 2. All right, so we've got 2 pens and a glance. If you don't mind, would you do the pens first?
Okay.
So we're looking at 4 ups. Okay, nope. So 2 pens go through and then a glance. Nope, so that's 3 health points. And then the 2 pens that went through, the results are weapon destroyed and shaken.
Yep.
You're fearless, so you won't be taking any tests anyways. And weapon destroyed, it's one of the missiles, right? Doesn't really matter, we'll roll for it afterwards if it survives, I guess. So this quad mortar right here is going to again fire at him as well. You're still behind cover, so you don't have to jink.
Yep.
So 4 shots as well with preferred enemy. So 2 hits this time. Looking for 4s with rerolls. No, nothing. This quad mortar is going to shoot at it as well.
This one I'm going to be jinking.
Yeah, that's a clear, nice shot. So he will jink. So we've got 4 shots again. All 4 hits. And then we're looking for 4s with rerolls. So 1 pen, 1 glance, and re-rolling. That's 2 pens and a glance. So do you mind doing the pens first?
Nope.
Pens go through. The glance doesn't matter. I can't explode you. Does rolling make a difference? I don't know, I'll roll, but I don't think it makes a difference because you're fearless anyways.
Yeah.
Okay, so then this one is wrecked, and you will disembark. The Land Raider Spartan will split fire. So 1 will fire into his Dreadnought over here. The Dreadnought will get a 5+ cover from the drop pod, and then he gets shrouded the turn he comes on. And then also the other last cannon will split fire, or Machine Spirit, into the other drop pod that's flying over there. And the drop pod doesn't have to jink because you have 4+ cover. So we'll start with the Dreadnought first. So 3s to hit, twin linked, 2 hits. Your armor's 13 on the front.
Yeah.
So 9, looking for 4s, 5s, and 6s, so 1 pen. We've got 3+ cover.
No.
Uh-oh. Your cover saves have not been very good today.
No, they have not.
So 1 goes through, so that's a 2, shaken. Yeah. The other last cannon into your Charybdis over there.
Yep.
With the inductee. So 2 shots, twin linked. And then we're looking at 3s to glance and higher to pen. So 2 pens, so you get 2 4+ cover saves.
No. Oh.
2 results. A 4, so stunned.
Yep.
And shaken. And then are they fearless inside?
No, they're not.
They're not. Okay, so you'll have to take a test to see if your weapon skill is skill 1, which is the leadership test.
I'm good.
Okay,
Same bravery.
Yeah. Okay. I will flat out with this one. Just over here. Out of the way. The 2 javelins here will fire at the stunned Charybdis.
Yep. And I still have my...
You'll still jink?
Yep.
Yep.
And we've checked. You can still do it when stunned, just
That's
in case
right.
you're wondering.
You can't do it if you're immobilized, but you can do it with stun.
Yep.
It's the first thing we checked. So 4 shots with the cyclone missiles, twin linked.
Hitting on 3s.
Hitting on 3s because strafing run doesn't work against skimmers. So 2 hits, and then strength 4.
Or strength 8.
Strength 8, sorry. Strength 8, so 1 pen, so you can take your jink save.
There, oh, I made my first one.
I'm pretty sure that was your... I don't know, I think you made one earlier, but
Yeah.
it definitely feels like your first one. This javelin will fire into the back of the Leviathan, and I'm firing everything, multi-melta, cyclone, and the hunter-killer missiles. So we'll start with the multi-melta. It's in range of 12 inches, so it'll get 2 shots. It hits, because it does have strafing run against it. So strength 8, armor 12 on the back. That's a pen. You do get your 4+ invulnerable.
Yep. Oh, no.
Okay, here we go. So +2 to the result. No, that's 5, so that's weapon destroyed. You've got lots of weapons.
Yes.
Right? How are we going to do this? Fist and Meltagun. Fist and Meltagun are the flamers separate?
Yes, each one's a
So
heavy
we'll
flamer.
go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah.
The Phosphex, and I'll reroll 6s.
Yeah.
So 5 Phosphex.
Yep.
So Phosphex is gone. Okay, I'm actually happy with that. Phosphex scares me. The Cyclone missile launchers, twin linked. So 2 hits, strength 8, armor 12. We're looking for 1 glance. Go ahead. Goes through the glance.
Goes through,
so you're
yeah.
down to 1. And then the hunter killer missiles looking for 2s, both hits. Looking for 4s, 5s, and 6s. So 1 pen. All right, you need to make this.
Let's do it.
Yes.
Woo.
So he's still alive with 1 health point. The javelins, no, jetbikes, sorry, are just going to turbo boost away. I kind of left them here as a choice to decide what I want to do with them. But it feels like this is a good choice for me just to get away from you. Because I don't need to use their firepower at the moment. So we were just talking, I actually moved him in the movement phase a little bit closer. So I'm just going to move him back because he was immobilized. And there was 2 immobilized, you're right, so weapon destroyed, so yeah. So I just moved him back.
Alright, I'm going to roll for my drop pods. They're both identically equipped with tac squad, so let's see on a 3-up. So 1 comes in.
So 1 comes in.
Alright, rolling for the scatter. Dead on. Perfect.
Perfect.
So D3 plus 3. Oh, so that is 6 inches from the hull. Might clip a few guys. Yeah, I'll clip him. Not the mortar. And then the entire
those
bike
guys,
squad.
yep.
Alright, so for the bikes, I'm needing 3s as I'm strength 6. So 3.
3. You're looking for 2s.
Ooh,
So
1
1
bike
does die.
dies.
So this guy right here.
And then the 1 on the mortar, looking for a 5, because I'm strength 6 against toughness 7. No. Alright, so I'm going to move my Leviathan first. He's going to go back 6 inches. Turning around. Actually, you know, I'm -2 to hit you, so I'm going to probably try to shoot you first. So after much deliberation, I'm deciding to move Angron and his pals out. So we're going to move them out over here. You know, it's kind of a risky move, but, you know, secondary objectives are going to be important in this game. Alright, so the first thing I'm going to be doing is moving this guy flat out in the shooting phase and plopping him right there.
In the corner.
The struts don't count for the model purposes, so Leviathan is going to be shooting the javelin, so because I was shaken, I need to get 6s.
And I will not jink. Oh, 1 hit. Okay, maybe I should have jinked.
So that is
It's a pen.
Yeah.
It's 11.
Yeah, so let's see what happens. +2.
6
So-
immobilized.
Perfect. Then we're going to shoot the 1 missile from the Charybdis into the quad mortar.
So still need 6s.
Yep, twin linked.
Yep.
Oh, 1 hit. So needing a 6 because strength 5. No, nothing. Alright, we're going to start with Angron charging the Sakaran. It is a 6-inch charge. Oh, that is not good. And the Dreadnought is going to be needing a 2-inch charge. Oh, he's in.
Easily. He gets some crazy hammer wraths, right?
Yes, he does. And I'm going to charge him like this, just
gonna
so,
back it up in there?
yeah, so that basically any oncoming fire will hit the front.
Yep, that's fine.
So here we go with the Hammer of Wrath. I'm needing strength 8, so against your rear armor is 10, I believe, or are they 11 for javelins?
No, I think hammer wraths will be against my armor 11.
Oh yeah,
So,
yeah.
so-
You're facing, yeah.
So yeah,
It's
so
dead.
glance pen, I don't get saves or anything,
Yep.
so it's just wrecked. That's higher initiative, so you don't get to roll to see if you explode me at
No,
all. So
doesn't matter.
here we are, end of turn 2. How do you feel?
Yeah, it was not super great for me. I kind of felt that I had a choice here. Given the objectives, I'm thinking that this game might come down to secondary objectives, which is attrition and, of course, martial hubris for the Alpha Legion.
Yeah.
So I thought, best to start mopping up some easy peasy points. Of course, Angron and friends failed their 6-inch charge.
Yeah, that was
Yeah, I think I debated splitting Angron off separately, but just due to the charge rules, the way they worked, I would still be kind of in the line of fire. But otherwise, for all things considered, it was an all right turn.
I don't have a lot of AP2 shooting,
Yeah.
so they're
They
still going to do stuff, so yeah. Okay, moving on to turn 3. The javelins are going to move up 12 to try to get within range, or to get it within range, not try. The melta of that Charybdis. Jet bikes are just going to move 12 back here. The Spartan will scoot over 6. Alfarius and the Terminators with the Chaplain, they disembarked, and we measured they're 10 inches away from that pod. If I choose to charge. The quad mortars are going to fire into that drop pod with the 3 hull points left.
Yeah, and I'm going to be jinking.
You will jink, that's right. So we got 4 shots with preferred enemy. So all 4 hits. And we've got looking for 4s, 5s, and 6s with Tank Hunter or Sunder. Okay. Do the pens first. Looking for 4s.
So okay, one goes through.
And then the glances.
One is saved.
So down to 1. So the one that goes through, what do I do? Just shaken. So you will have to take a test to see if your weapon skill is skill 1. You're down to 1 hull point.
I'm good.
You're good. The javelins are going to fire into the Charybdis. 1 multi-melta is in range, and then I'm just going to fire the cyclone missile launchers, not firing the hunter-killer missiles. So the 1 multi-melta that's in range hits, and then we're looking at 4s, 5s, or 6s, so 1 glance. You get your jinx save.
No.
Nope. So that's a glance, so it's destroyed.
Yep.
Heavy bolter is going to fire into Angron and his squad here, looking for 3s to hit. 1 hit, and strength 5, 1 wound.
Angron's going to look out, sir it. Oh, he takes it. 3 up. Oh, cocked.
There was a 2.
Feel no pain.
Yep,
5 up because they FAQ'd it. No, Angron takes a wound.
Quad mortar over here is going to fire into this Anvilus drop pod with the Tactical Marines.
Yep, I will be jinking.
So you will jinx, so that's 4 shots. 3 hits. With Tank Hunter. So 2 pens and a glance, so do the pens first if you don't mind.
Alright.
1 pen goes through in the glance. Saved. So the pen that goes through, what happens? Shaken. And then you'll have to do a test to see if your weapon skill is skill 1. Nope, good. The quad mortar right next to it is going to fire as well. He's already jinked, so we've got 4 shots, all 4 hits, and we're looking for 4s or higher really with Tank Hunter. Okay, so 2 pens and a glance. So go ahead with the pens first, please. So both pens go through.
Yeah.
Glance doesn't matter. I don't think this matters at this point. Nope. So it's just wrecked. The Terminators, with their Volkites, will fire into the tactical squad that disembarked. So we've got 10 shots from the 5 Volkites. We're looking for 3s with preferred enemy. Nope. And then we're looking for strength 5, so we're looking for 3s with preferred enemy as well. Alright, so that's how many wounds? 7? And I don't know where your sergeant is.
My sergeant is right there, so it'll kill 5 of them before him.
And sergeant has artificer armor, I'm assuming?
No, he doesn't.
Okay.
So I'm just going to roll it all.
Yeah, you can roll, and if it gets to him, you can look up, sir. So 3 die.
So 3 die, yep.
Alfarius' Plasma Blaster will fire as well. He's got 2s to hit with preferred enemy, and then 2s to wound. 2 wounds, and then you do have cover saves.
Yeah, so 2 4 up. 1 die drops.
The jet bikes will fire into them as well. I kind of need to get rid of them because they're out of my charge range over here. So it's 16 shots from the 4 Volkites. Looking for 3s to hit with preferred enemy. So there's 4 ones here. Looking for 3s. 2s to wound with preferred enemy as well. Okay, and then that many armor saves.
Yep.
We've got 6 guys left. Go ahead. One, two, 3.
3 drop.
3 drops, so 3 more are alive.
Alright, and then I'm going to do lookout, or I guess...
Yeah, you can look out to the sergeant,
yeah, he's good.
Yeah.
So
it's 3 more deflagrate hits. So 3 more, and then you've got lookout sirs.
So the lookout sirs will do. So
he will have to take 1 armor save.
2, because
Oh,
it's
2.
4 up.
You're right.
So the 2 on the sergeant.
He
He's
will
dead.
drop, and then 1 regular guy.
He's good.
So just the sergeant. We had forgotten deflagrate with these Terminators against that unit. So there were 3 that died.
Yeah.
So it was 3 more. So these are only strength 5, so we're looking for 3s. So 2 more, and then you get your armor saves.
Okay.
You're good. That's perfect. The Land Raider is going to split fire again. When I say split fire, machine spirit. So this last cannon is going to fire into your... I keep knocking this over. To your inductee. And then the other last cannon is going to fire into the Leviathan here. So the one into the Leviathan, it's got 2 shots. Twin linked. So 1 hit. And strength 9 against 13 armor. That's nothing. And then the 2 shots against the inductee. Both hit and both wound. So there's going to be 2 5-up cover saves.
And I
one
make
saves.
1, and I don't get feel no pain because it'd be instant deathing them.
That's right. So we're looking at a morale check on these guys.
Oh, of course, this is
Oh, because the sergeant died.
Yeah.
Okay, so they fail. They run toward your board edge, which would be that way.
Yep.
So they run 2d6.
3 inches. Rolling for my last drop pod. Ha, no, he's
not
not coming
come
in. That's okay. Works better for me in the long run. Less things for you to kill.
That's true.
Alright, so we're going to start with my Leviathan waddling towards the Sakaran. Then these guys got to do their rally. They do rally.
Move back and quarter.
Yeah. Okay, I'm going to do some funny business here. I'm going to break Angron off and move him just shy of this terrain. I'm going to move him over this way. His full 6 inches, keeping it an inch away there. And then these chumps are going to move over here, back, and yeah.
Okay.
Alright, so let's start with the Leviathan's 2 Meltaguns into this Sakaran, hitting on 2s. Both hit.
And you're within 6.
Yeah, so the first one, that is a pen. The second one,
Pens.
that is also a pen. Alright, +2 to the damage chart. Oh,
Doesn't explode,
doesn't
so it's
matter.
wrecked.
Just a wreck. Alright, so Angron is going to charge these dudes. It's a 4-inch charge, but then in difficult terrain, so it'll be a 6-inch charge.
That's right. I will Overwatch.
Yep.
So 2 pistols will fire at you. For 6 is nothing. Oh, preferred enemy. Sorry.
No. Oh, I thought it was going to be a 6 there.
And heal wound Angron.
Alright, needing a 6. Oh, good thing I got fleet.
Yes.
Let's...
There you go.
Oh.
7 inches. You were in. And those guys are dead.
Alright, so Angron charged. He's obviously going first at initiative 7. He's got 7 attacks on the charge. He's hitting on 3s. And then has hatred. And then is wounding them on 2s. They are most certainly dead.
One doesn't fall off there.
And then Angron's consolidation. He does not have to go towards the nearest visible enemy because he does not have, World Eater Bloodlust. Ironically, 3 inches. We're just gonna move him right in there. And now Angron's It Will Not Die roll. Oh no. So, rough turn for the World Eaters. Not a huge amount that could have went really better. Just kind of in a bad spot.
Not tons that I like. Really, all I did in my turn.
Yeah.
Is wound him.
Yeah, with the heavy bolter. Yeah.
But and really destroy that.
Well, and that
you're right. I did do quite a damage to these guys right here.
Them failing that. Morale really sucks because they would have killed that other mortar.
That's right. They would have charged here and killed it. Like really.
Yeah. So I'm kind of glad that my pod didn't come in. It gives me a little bit more flexibility in terms of what I can do.
Next turn, yeah.
Yeah. So and I opted not to move my inducti at this point because they're not getting across the board. And,
well, really, let's talk about it a little bit. He's got this objective that he's got to take.
Yeah.
His other tactical squad is going to attempt to do that. I've got that objective that I got to take, and really now at this point, I know that he's keeping these guys here to stop me, right?
Yeah.
It's just my choices. Like, what do I have to be able to wipe this out? I do have lots of shooting, but I need a lot of shooting to be able to wipe those out. And with the optional change that we play by from the quad mortars, it's not like I could shell them 4 times each. It's just one large blast. So it's not nearly as good as it used to be.
Well, and they've got a 4-up Feel No Pain with Sherlock.
That's right. So, I mean, they're going to survive quite a bit of shooting there. So, yeah. Okay, well, we'll see what happens. Halfway done, and we're going to move into Alpha Legion turn 4. Alfarius and the Terminators will jump back into the Spartan. The Javelins will just move aside like this to kind of get a view at Angron over there. Anvilus will just jump across here, just kind of hug them a little bit. Like that. Spartan will pivot, and we'll move 12 inches up. Then pivot again. Jet bikes will just jump across here. Kind of get a better view of everything, I think. They can choose who they want to shoot at. The Javelins will fire into Angron over here. So they're going to fire the Cyclone Missile Launchers and both Hunter-Killer Missiles, each, that they haven't fired yet. Multi-meltas are out of range. So we're going to do the Cyclone Missile Launchers. So looking for 2s to hit. Twin linked. Nope. And then Strength 8, Toughness 6, looking for 2s to wound. That's 3 wounds. It's AP3, you've got your invulnerable saves, or cover, doesn't really matter.
4-up invuln, and then 5-up Feel No Pain.
Yep.
So
awesome.
Good. Oh, finally. some good Feel No Pain rolls. That's good.
The Hunter-Killer Missiles, needing 2s to hit. All hits. Needing 2s to wound. 3 wounds. You've got your invulnerables again and Feel No Pains.
4-up. Uh-oh. This is not good. Uh-oh. Down to 1 wound on Angron. Shouldn't have laughed. Karma.
Quad Mortar will fire into the 2 Marines down here at the bottom. Since he's close enough, also, the other Marine will fire a bolt pistol if he survives. So we're looking for 3s to hit, and then we're looking for 2s to wound. 4 wounds, so you just get your armor saves.
No. Yeah, I guess
it's AP4.
AP4.
Yeah, AP4.
I'll move these guys.
One dies. Yeah, and then I'll just go right into the bolt pistol. Hits, looking for 4s. Sorry, so that was a wound. No, saves. The quad mortar will shell all the way over here. And we're going to place it over top of his character in there. What's his name?
Galen Sherlock.
Okay, I can't see you, so I scatter full. So 6 inches that way.
Yep.
I don't actually hit anybody there. So the Land Raider will machine spirit his last cannon into the Leviathan. So we've got 2 shots into the Leviathan. Hits. 13 armor, so we're looking at 4s and 5s. Nothing. So the jet bikes are actually going to shoot at the tactical squad here, the one guy that's alive. Only one guy can see him, because I moved them. So 4 shots with him, so we'll see if we can kill him there. So 4 shots, looking for 3s to hit. So 3 hits. Looking for 2s to wound with preferred enemies, so that's 3 wounds. And we've got 3 armor saves.
He's good.
He makes it. Awesome.
Alright, so we got the morale check for that lone dude over there. Let's see if he can do it. Yes.
He makes it.
3 inches.
Good.
Or no, I guess. Sorry.
No.
He wasn't running this time.
No. I'm going to turbo boost or flat out with this guy, and he's going to move 18 inches over here. He's a fast skimmer, and we pre-measured so I can make it in here without going into terrain and having to risk a dangerous terrain test.
Alright, so my drop pod is going to come in right here. Let's see where he goes. 5 inches that away, so he's just going to plunk right there. And then the D3 plus 3 is 6 inches from the hull, so that is at least 2. I don't think this guy's in right. Oh, yeah. So 3 guys. Wounding on 3s because I'm strength 6. So 2 wounds.
2 wounds and 2 plus armor saves.
Yep.
2 saves.
So good. Alright, we're going to start over here. He's going to move through difficult terrain.
It's dangerous as well, right?
Yeah. So,
6?
Yeah. I guess could I skirt that?
I think you could probably skirt it, actually.
Yeah, so I'm just going to skirt it then.
6 inches, yeah.
Yeah, so he's going to wrap around like so. Angron moving 2d6. Oh, that's awesome. 1 inch. So he's going to be right there. All right, we're going to move the Leviathan 6 inches. Move the Inducti over here. Raiders over here, due to their Liege Lord failing miserably, are going to abandon them. Start hoofing it back towards my objective to defend. So we're going to do Angron's run first. Here we go.
3.
I'm going to fleet and re-roll it.
6.
There we go.
Get yourself around there a little bit.
I don't know. And then we got this pod over here who's going to move flat out.
Right on top of the objective.
Yeah. This lone Marine's going to take a pot shot with his bolt pistol. Hits. Oh, I need a 6 to wound. Nope. Inducti is going to take a run. So 5 inches, and that's just to get these guys moved up a little bit. Alright, so we're going to do a charge here with the Lone Marine against the quad mortars.
We got 2 bolt pistols. Overwatching. Nope. So you need...
Oh, that's definitely a scatter die.
You're stalling.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you make it in. I'm assuming we're same initiative?
Yep.
Okay, so I will consolidate and still be within 2. So I've got 2 attacks.
Yep.
I'll roll first just because I'm here. So 2 attacks, looking for 4s. 1 hit.
Wounding on 4s.
Wounding on 4s. 1 wound, and you have an armor save.
And I make
good. Okay, and then you have
4 attacks on the charge. Because of rage. And my dual close combat weapon. I'm hitting you on 4s with hatred because I'm outside my deployment zone. Good thing.
I think it's good.
Yeah, I think it's good. Okay. All right, and needing 3s to wound. So 2 wounds.
And we've got 2 armor saves there. They're both saves. So we are stuck in combat.
Yes.
Here we are, turn 4 overview.
Yeah, so, Angron did it again with his...
You want to roll It Will Not Die for Angron?
Oh, yeah, that's...
We might as well do it now. Yes.
Oh, we got
okay,
a wound
it's up to
back.
2.
Yeah.
Okay. I made a little bit of a mistake. I kind of started to go for that objective. And now all of a sudden you're threatening mine. And I don't like that. So that's going to change next turn. Well, I kind of thought, but then this Marine kind of ruins everything.
Yeah.
Because if it wasn't for this guy, these guys could not fire and, I would feel comfortable killing this thing. But now because of him, even though you didn't kill anything, you still, are holding them up. So I don't like that. So we're going to think of something. And I mean, you're trying to hide Angron here, which makes sense because you don't want to lose him.
Yeah, it's, I'm feeling it's an uphill fight for me at this point, based on the secondary objectives, but, we all know that a double 1 charge can make all the difference, so
that's right.
Yeah, let's see how it goes.
Okay, moving on to turn 5. We have 2 jet bikes. They're going to move up here, and 2 that can't reach, they're going to stay down here. So the first one will go up here. Second one, same thing on that side. And these 2 will just stay down here.
So all 4 will have to test because they'll have to become in base contact with the terrain.
That's fine. So the 2 on top, I'll just roll them together. 1, so he makes his armor save. The 2 on the bottom, 1, he makes his armor save. Okay, so they're good. This Spartan is just going to pivot, kind of slide back 6 inches, and then pivot to face like that. Alpharius and the Terminators disembarked again. The Javelins are just going to shuffle over a little bit, so you get a clear view of those guys over there. So just this guy is going to move. That's 3 inches. He's just going to shuffle over to allow some room. He's going to move. He's going to come here like this so he avoids terrain, and then the guys are also going to disembark. They disembarked. 2 guys are within 6 inches. The rest are not. The Javelins are going to fire into your inductee. So the multi-meltas first, because there's only a couple of guys in range. So looking for 2s, and then strength 8. 1 guy gets vaporized. And then we're going to do the cyclone missiles. All hits. And strength 8. All wounds.
So 1 lookout, sir.
Sure, yeah.
Nope.
No.
So
Oh,
Sergeant
that was
2.
awesome.
Yeah, that was good.
The quad mortar will fire into the
Dreadclaw.
Dreadclaw.
I'll
Thank
be
you.
jinking.
There's a jink. So we're looking for 3s to hit with preferred enemy. 4 hits. And then we're looking for 4s to glance with Tank Hunter. That's 2 pens. 2 pens.
Right.
Go ahead.
4 up jink. So both go through.
Go through. What's the results? Immobilized.
Yep.
And shaken.
Yep.
So
more
the
jinking.
shaken, you have to take a leadership test to see if you're skill 1.
I'm good.
No, you're good. All right, we've got the Meltagun and 5 Combine Meltas. I'm going to fire all of them into him. He can't jink now because he's immobilized. So we're going to do the Meltagun and the Combine Melta that are within half range with preferred enemy. So 1 hits. It pens.
Yep.
And
See what happens.
3. So you're wrecked, but I still have to fire the rest.
Yep.
Because I could still explode you. So there's 4 more shots. We're looking for 3s to hit with preferred enemy. Yep. And then they have machine killer, so it's technically like 8 plus 1, so 9. And then it's d6, so that's pen, glance. I'm going to reroll the glance. Nope. So, and then the pens, I'm really looking for a 5 or 6 because I want to explode him. I do. There's a 5 right there.
Okay, how
so
far?
he explodes, and it explodes 1 inch. So
Okay.
it'll hit one of my guys here, and then all the guys inside.
Rolling for the mortar.
Nothing?
No.
Because it's toughness 7 because of the mortar, and then 10 of your tactical marines inside. That's lots of wounds.
That it is, yep. And that is a lot of fails.
Wow, 4.
So 4 guys die.
So pinning.
They're good.
You're good. The jet bikes here. So 2 on top and 1 on the bottom. You can see Angron. So we're going to see if we can kill him. So it's 12 shots with the Volkites. 3s to hit.
4s to wound.
Shrink 6, yeah, 4s to wound. With preferred enemy. That's a lot of preferred enemy. Holy smokes. Okay. So that's 5 wounds. You have armor save.
3 up armor save. And then a
feel no pain.
5 up feel no pain. No.
And so 1 deflag rate. Looking for a 4. It does wound.
Alright. Armor. Good.
You're good. Alfarius is going to charge into these guys. I should say it. I chose not to shoot with all of this because I want to make that charge. So I didn't want to kill the squad, actually. I want to get closer. So I decided to charge. So that's a 6-inch charge.
Yep. So my Overwatch.
2
2 hits. Wounding on 4. So 2 wounds.
2 wounds, and Alfarius will just take them. He'll take a wound, actually. So he's down to 5. But we're going to do the charge. So 6-inch charge. That's an 8. So they are in. So I'll just move Alfarius first, and then we'll measure the rest. Over here. You have a sergeant?
I do.
So Alfarius will challenge your sergeant. Okay. You'll accept it's this guy?
Yep.
So we'll just move him in. So Alfarius has 6 attacks on the charge. He hits on 3s. Re-rolling because of Zealot, the chaplain. So re-rolling. So 6 hits. And then he shrinks 6 to your toughness 4. So 2s with preferred enemy.
So the squad is dead.
So he wipes out all of them.
Clean.
Okay. And then they're going to consolidate 3 inches. So they're just going to spread out a little bit closer here. Alfarius will roll It Will Not Die on a 5 or 6. That's a 5. So he will regain his wounds, so he's back up to full 6. And the combat everybody's been waiting for. These guys. I'm going to get you to roll first this time because I didn't have any luck last time.
Alright, so hitting on 4s. 1 hit. Wounding on 3s because my chain axe. It's a wound.
Okay, so 3 plus armor. Oh, you kill 1 guy. But 2 guys strike back. So 2 attacks. 1 hit. Looking for 4s. 1 wound. Okay, here we go.
Save.
Oh, you make it. So I lose.
Combat.
So you kill 1. So you win combat. 7 leadership then.
Yeah.
No, I fail.
Alright, let's see.
Do you pursue me? Yep. I'm sure you.
Yes.
Yep, I'm not even going to roll. So you wipe that unit out. Excellent.
Consolidating. 3 inch. So I'm going to start over here with my Terminators. They are just going to shuffle this way. At this point, right, it's about trying to mitigate any kill points that I'm giving up for attrition. The Dreadnought is going to go there. Ingrod is going to shuffle and try to get behind this pod. This Lone Marine's going to try to do a mad dash. There's no way I can avoid, the Alpha Legion squad, so I'm going to try to at least maybe pull a long shot assault off. So 5 inches. We're going to run with Angron. I'm going to re-roll that with Fleet. Wow, Angron is...
It's really bad.
Yeah.
Today, that's multiple times that you roll
Snake Eyes. The Leviathan's going to be giving it a run as well. 6 inches. Good. Oh, there we go.
He can book it.
He can hoof it right there. All right, and a long shot charge. That guy into the Veterans is going to be 8 inches minus 2, so I'm going to need a 10-inch charge.
So we're going to Overwatch, so the Melt the Gun, needing a 6 hits. I'm just going to roll this one. Wounds. You do get a
5 up.
5 up.
No, he's dead.
Fortunate as that for that guy.
And of course, Angron's It Will Not Die. Nope.
So
he might die.
The Javelins are going to move over. Get a couple shots at the Leviathan. The jet bikes are going to scoot over here, those ones, and the other ones we'll have to test as well, but so they can see Angron. So the 2 guys up top, they're fine. 2 guys on the bottom, they're okay
And they're
too.
going to have to test again right when they land in it.
So they're just going to move. They're not going to overlap each other here. And then these guys are just going to climb up. Stay within coherency. Spartan will move 6 and then pivot on the spot. Javelins will fire into the Leviathan over here. So the multi-meltas are in range. So we've got 2 multi-melta shots. Both hits. 13 armor, so I'm looking for 5s and 6s. Nothing. And then we're looking at the Cyclone missile launchers. 2s to hit with twin linked. So 4 hits. And then again, we're looking at 5s and 6s. So 1 pen.
4 up.
Oh, you make it. Jet bikes will fire into Angron. Only the front 2 can see Angron, so these 2 cannot fire. So it's still going to be 8 shots. Roll here. Looking for 3s. I'll reroll that. So preferred enemy. Oh, okay. So we've got 4 hits, and then looking for 4s to wound. So 3 wounds. You get your armor save and feel no pain.
3 up.
1.
And then 1 feel no pain.
Oh, he makes it. Still alive. Spartan into the drop pod. 4 shots. Both last cannons will fire. Same thing. Twin linked. And then we're looking at 4s to glance, 3 glances, or 4s to pen, 3 pens, and explodes.
Boom. See if Angron gets hurt.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's going to hit him no matter what. Looking for 6. Nothing.
No.
The quad mortar will shell Sherlock. Roll right here. Moves over 6.
So it's going to hit 3 Inducti and 2 Terminators.
So 3 Inducti, it's a strength 5. 2 wounds. 2 Terminators. Preferred enemy. 2 wounds. So go ahead on the Inducti.
Inducti, 3 up. And then a 4 up from Sherlock. Nope, one
So
dies.
Oh, from this side, sorry.
Yeah.
And then the 2 Terminators. They're good.
They're good. Alright, so Angron's going to beeline it towards those bikes.
You sure you want to take the Overwatch shots?
The Dreadnought is going to as well.
Oh, okay.
So the Dreadnought is going to move through difficult terrain as he has moved through cover. Be a good roll. Not really. It's okay. Alright, so
that's where they ended up. We just moved it over just so he doesn't have to place his model on top of his models.
yeah, and so we're looking at a 5-inch charge, 2 inches there, 3 inches up. So at this point, I'm going to declare some charges. We're going to skip over my shooting phase. It's the last turn. Can't hurt anything else. So the Leviathan's going to go.
I won't Overwatch because there's no point. If you make it,
Yeah.
you make it. If you don't, then whatever. Okay, go ahead. So
He's in at 6.
he's in.
Oh,
Barely, yeah. He's in, so you can just move him up.
Yeah.
It's fine.
And then
Okay.
Angron has an
It's,
8-inch
8-inch
charge.
Yeah.
Fleet.
Yep.
No,
No,
Angron.
he doesn't want to charge, so it's just him.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't have Melt a Bomb. I don't have a sergeant or anything, so no Melt a Bomb, so I can't hurt you, so you can.
So 2 Hammer of Wrath first. They are winning on 2s because I'm strength 8. So 1 wound, just
2
AP
plus
down.
armor. Saves.
Alright, so doing my 5 attacks, at initiative 5, and frag grenades hitting on 3s, because I'm weapon skill 5.
3 hits.
Wounding on 2s, killing on 2s, I guess.
Yep. Kill on 2s.
What?
Two die.
2 die.
We can go right away. I can't hurt you. I would have to consolidate a little bit. Oh, that's okay. I'm gonna fix that. And so I lose combat by 2.
Yep.
And I have 6 leadership. Then I have to pass. No, I fail.
Do an
Do you
initiative
catch
test.
me? No. But it makes no difference because I won't rally, so I'll run away 3 inches. Doesn't matter. But they're going to be considered dead for the purposes because it's the last turn of the game. All right. Well, that was a game
Yes.
and a half.
Yeah.
You guys want to know what the score was? So no primary objectives were taken.
Yeah.
It neither of us killed each other's warlords.
Oh, came close though. Angron was
or Lords of War.
Yeah.
That one, it will not die.
Yeah.
When you got the wound back. I just couldn't do it.
Yeah.
You hit him really well, and I couldn't get. This was the issue. I couldn't get the full brunt of shooting without sacrificing a unit.
Yeah.
And so, I did think about it, but if I didn't, and I mean, maybe the jet bikes at the end I should have, because I did end up losing them anyways.
Yeah.
Because that's kind of what I went for at the end. But I mean, either way, it came down to attrition.
Yeah.
So you had killed my Arcus, jet bikes, 1 javelin, and 2 thud gun squads. So that's 5.
Yeah. And you wiped out both my Charybdis, both my Dreadclaw, both tactical squads inside the Dreadclaw, and my Leviathan drop pod. So you wiped out 7.
So 7 to 5. So that's 1 point for the Alpha Legion for attrition.
Yeah.
I don't, because I killed more. I don't give up another point for Alpha Legion. So literally, it's 1-0.
Yeah, it was
for
close.
the Alpha Legion. It was, considering that, all I did was basically shoot you.
Yeah. Yeah.
But you did a really good job of not giving me, you didn't give me anything to shoot at, other than the first turn where I was able to kill the Charybdises and the drop pods because I have to.
Yeah. Well, I think though that's how you play it, right? Especially with this mission being, on opposite ends of the table.
That's right.
I have to make a choice with where I come down, and I came down somewhat in the center because that's where your army, the majority of it was, and I wanted to be able to flex back either way, and still counting on my 2 pods. But really, once you took out my mobility, I was kind of handcuffed. I think a lot of people might wonder why I kept the Terminators and the Inductee back here, and the reason is because you still had that squad in that Dreadclaw, and you could have just zoomed it across the board in 1 turn.
Well, that was a plan.
Yeah.
Right?
So I had to deny that, and then basically it was a game of secondary objectives, which is an uphill battle given your mobility. So
well, and even you kept me back because there was that turn where I kind of moved over, and all of a sudden I couldn't kill that 1 Marine, and now I'm like, well, I'm going to lose that quad mortar. I can't, because I thought about it. I'm like, well, Angron's handcuffed over there, right? So I figured that this Lander could get there. I could even deep strike, charge the Inductee, what's left of them. I would probably win with the charge. If I got the charge off, Alfarius killing a bunch first, considering that I've kind of killed a bunch already, I wasn't really worried about, because how many attacks do they have on the, when you get charged?
So they're tactical Marines, so 2, and then I can amp
3.
up the nails for 3.
Okay, so 3. So even at 3 attacks, I still felt, even if you killed a bunch of my Terminators, I don't really care because I could wipe that unit,
exactly.
right? And then I could take that objective. But that kind of backfired because that guy didn't die. Then I had to waste a turn coming back. It kind of handcuffed the last cannons on the Spartan, because a lot of people feel the Spartan is just a transport. Those last cannons, it's still 4 twin link last cannons. People forget that. It's a full 5. You buy a squad of a heavy weapon squad. That's 5 last cannons. It's got that, and they're twin linked.
And that's the thing. I think it's versatile, right? Because when I run a Spartan with my world leaders, I don't think I ever shoot it. I always move 12 inches and flat out. But when you're playing against a combat army,
that's right.
Just treat it like a gunboat.
And that's exactly, and it's a very tough gunboat that gives me a little bit of mobility. I mean, with Alfarius, I can't play him like Angron. I can't just run up at people because, unfortunately, combat-wise, 1-on-1, he's the worst Primarch. Right.
Hey, no, Lorgar.
Lorgar, you're right.
Unbuffed Lorgar.
Unbuffed, but who buys them like that? Really? Right. So, I use this unit as a counterattack unit. If you drop something and I hurt it a little bit, they're extremely good at wiping out even Primarchs once I actually get there. Once you don't have a command squad, right? But
I think you played it right. Right. I think you avoided the combat, which is what you needed to do, right? 20 Inducti on the assault have 100 strength 6 re-rolling attacks. Like, you just evaporate things. I've killed 10-man Sekhmet squads with it.
Yeah.
You avoided Angrons and his Terminators. And really, so it felt like a lot of the game was you just dancing around. I got a little bit greedy. So when you moved your Land Raider away, I thought, okay, that was my opportunity to kind of to go in. When we're talking about it a little bit, my last pod, where I brought it in, I think I probably should have played a little bit more conservatively, and really left it for the last turn, so that you had to really decide on, shooting it or else risk me hopping in. Because again, right, with it being a fast vehicle, you don't need to go into zoom, so you can still contest the objectives, right? You're able to move 12.
Yeah, and then turbo boost 18. Like,
Yeah.
it's crazy fast.
So, that I felt a little bit greedy on. I know that some people, and even you, kind of were wondering when I split Angron off. With Primarchs, it's very tricky. The advantage is they're easy to hide and they have fleet, right? So you can make some of those longer charges and you can hide them easier. It almost backfired on me and gave away more points in this game. But that being said, I also, Angron was really letting me down on some of those
rolls.
Those rolls, both in runs, both in,
a couple of the invulnerable
charges.
saves, you failed like 3 in a row, I remember. Yeah.
So, no, overall it was good. Our games are always good.
Our games are always close.
Yeah.
Really, like, it's not like you ever gave me the opportunity to run away with the game either.
Yeah.
Right? So, 1-0 is, a win is a win, but it's still only 1-0. It wasn't like 5 or anything.
I know you're my bane, right? In LVO, you in our last game there, you beat me by 1 point.
The problem I find with my Alpha Legion army is I find the staying power isn't quite there. Once a couple people will remove, like, let's say you remove the javelins and maybe my jet bikes.
Yeah.
That's a lot of firepower gone.
Yeah.
Like, a lot, right? And usually the way I play is by that point, once you remove them, I've got Alfarius where I want him. I've already killed enough that it doesn't make a difference. Yeah. But if it does make a difference against some of the tougher armies like Custodes or Mechanicum, I find that I really struggle in the late game. Because once they start removing a few things, I really, really hurt. The Alpha Strike is amazing.
Yep.
But
yeah, and that was the other thing too, right? So the reason, in retrospect, I think it's hindsight's always 20/20, right?
Yeah.
I think that's why I gave you first turn, is to that's just 1/6 of your shooting that you're not getting in the game, right?
Yeah.
The downside is maybe I could have boxed you in a little bit more.
It did allow me to spread out. Like, I used it as an advanced spread out, and
but it's tough because the last thing that you want is for me to go first, for me to drop down my pods, and you take out a Charybdis and the Inducti are sitting there, and then you just wipe out the squad.
Or even worse, like, I would probably go for Angron first.
Oh, yeah.
Wipe that unit out, because the Inducti, you can do stuff with them, but you can't touch this.
Exactly.
Right? So I would just stay in there, and then let you kill whatever else you want, but because once this squad is gone, like, this really scares my squad.
Yeah.
Right? So I'd probably go for them first.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, this guy's tough too, but I've killed that guy with Alfarius many times.
Yeah.
Right? In combat, Alfarius will just walk through him. Especially with the chain fits there, like, you might get to hit against Alfarius.
Yeah.
If, I don't kill you first, and then,
But the smart thing to do would be to attack the Marines.
Well,
I guess you can't.
But I would get to choose, right? So exactly.
So
right.
unless you're positioning it really poorly,
where Alfarius isn't touching, you're right. But that's not going to happen. So
no, it was a good game.
Right, great game. I hope you guys enjoyed it. It's one of many series of competitive games that we're going to do. Some of them will be more one-sided, less one-sided. Watch them if you like them. There's going to be a lot of strategy. Even this game, you saw it was a lot of maneuvering and stuff like that. So definitely share, subscribe. It's important that we get this to as many people as possible. We're going to be having a lot more guests coming on from Edmonton and then around Alberta, or whoever else wants to travel and come see us. We'll have a lot more, and I know James will be back. He's coming back quite a bit. We're going to have a few more games with him, some smaller, some larger. I did definitely want to have him for a competitive game, and we'll have more. We'll definitely bring your Custodes as well.
Oh yeah.
That's going to be
Yeah.
tough. My Alpha Legion might hide for those. No, we'll definitely play it. So
Yeah. Well, and I think we're both starting White Scars.
that's right. We both are starting
So-
White Scars. That's right. We both want a really fast army so we
Yeah.
can really do damage and run around people. So
Exactly. Yeah. And
Yeah.
and if any of you guys go to any of the grand tournaments, I'll see you there.
yeah, no, definitely say hi. Come see us. Yeah,
Okay, cool.
absolutely.
Good game.
Good game. Thanks a lot.